and welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here then hello and welcome. My name's Alexis and today I want to show you how I've deep cleaned my kitchen island. As I just mentioned, today I'm going to be deep cleaning my island in the middle of my kitchen. Now this is a stationary object, so this island doesn't move, it literally stays here. I don't think I've ever done a video on cleaning this. I have cleaned it in the past, but I don't think I did a video on it. Today I'm going to be cleaning all around the outside of the island, and then I also want to clean inside the fridge that we have in the island and also inside the freezer as well. My husband kindly defrosted it a bit on Saturday. He got rid of a bulk of ice that was growing over the front of it. That seems to happen with our freezer, I don't know what it is, but I just want to have a little clear out of the drawers and a little clean of those as well today. And then we have a wine rack that we never seem to use, so I want to have a clean in there because I don't think I've ever actually cleaned in there. And I also want to clean another fridge, a wine fridge that we don't use as well. So I've got quite a few jobs to do. I'm also going to clean the bin as well, I forgot to say that. Yes, so I've got quite a few jobs to do, and while I was doing them I thought I'd take you with me. So here is how I've deep cleaned my kitchen island. So the first thing I did was to remove the plants that we keep on the end of the island, and then I removed the fruit bowls and I put these by the sink. These were so I could clean them later, and I also put the flowers there as well, and then anything that didn't belong I moved to the relevant places. And then I got some organic cleaner. I can't remember where I bought this from. I think I got it on Amazon and I got it a while ago, so the sponge has actually gone all funny in it, but the cleaner is actually quite good. Well, it's quite good in the sink. Unfortunately it wasn't that great on this granite work surface. It did leave like a white residue. I think it has baking powder or bicarbonate of soda in it, so it left a white residue which I did have to then wipe off with my method spray. And those two cleaning products I will leave in the description box below for you, because that cleaner does actually do a really good job on my sink. Then I moved on to cleaning the sides and around the bottom of the island. Now I don't really clean this bit, I have to say, it's a bit naughty, and I did find some really dirty marks on here, so I was really pleased that I actually gave this a really good clean. So I cleaned every single one of the panels on here. Once that was cleaned, I then moved back to the kitchen sink and I washed up the fruit bowls that I leave on the island. So I like to leave the fruit bowls on the island so that people can just come and take a piece of fruit when they want it. And I normally try to clean these when we get new fruit in, but it's not always that easy, I have to say. I normally just chuck it in and leave it. So it's always good to have a really good clean of these when I can. So once they were cleaned, I then dried them off and I put them back on the island. And once I put them back on the island, I then put the fruit back into the bowls, and that was the top part of the island cleaned. So this is the top part of the island, all looking lovely and clean. It looks much better than it did, I have to say. Yeah, it looks a bit more streamlined. I've got rid of a few of the jars, and I can't remember, oh, the flowers were sitting on here as well. This is my aloe vera plant that's doing very well, I have to say. We don't water it that much, but it's quite, I mean, aloe vera is obviously a wet plant anyway. But yes, that is doing really well. I may have to move that into a bigger pot. But anyway, now I'm going to move on to cleaning the fridges. So there's this fridge here that we never really use, to be honest. And then there's a freezer here that we use a lot. And then this fridge we kind of use for just drinks and things. So water, my coconut water, Howard's beers, that sort of thing, we'll put in there. And then I'm also going to clean down this bit as well. It's got very grotty very quickly, and there's also a dead spider there as well, which is not nice, is it? So I'm going to give that a clean, and then if I've got time I may give the insides of these drawers a quick clean as well. They're fairly well organised, so I won't need to reorganise them, but they probably just need a quick wipe down, that's all. Once I'd moved everything back on top of the island, I then moved on to cleaning the small wine fridge. To be honest, we don't really use this fridge at all. We have actually turned it off. We do have a random bottle of champagne in there. I don't know where that's come from, but yes, I just gave it a quick wipe down. And then I moved on to cleaning this fridge. This fridge we do use quite a lot. So we use it for drinks, for water, so that Ted can get to easily. So this really did need a really good clean, to be honest with you. The last time we cleaned it was in the summer, so I was pleased when I started to clean this. I didn't realise how dirty it actually become. So what I did was I just got some washing up liquid and a brush, and I just basically cleaned all the panels and the box that sits at the bottom, and then I left them to dry. Shelves were drying, I then moved on to cleaning the inside of the fridge. To be honest, it wasn't too dirty in here. As I mentioned earlier, we cleaned this fridge back in the summer. My husband actually cleaned it, to be honest with you, and it wasn't too dirty. We don't really tend to store a lot in this fridge, as I mentioned earlier as well. We tend to just keep drinks in here, and if our other fridge is overflowing, then we tend to store some of the bits in this fridge. But normally we just store drinks, and that's about it. So Ted comes to this fridge if he wants some water, and I store my coconut water in here, and my husband normally stores his fizzy drinks in here as well. As you can tell, we sometimes have to pull this fridge forward. If we shut the door too hard, the fridge tends to slip back. So we have to pull the fridge forward, and I noticed yesterday the grate has actually started to come off as well. So I think the fridge is on its last legs. But anyway, so once these shelves were dry and once I cleaned the inside of the fridge, I then started to put all of the shelves back into the fridge. And then once that was done, I then put everything we store in this fridge back as well. Next, I moved on to cleaning the wine rack. So basically I just wiped down inside each of the compartments of the wine rack, and then I used a bit of method spray as well. As I mentioned earlier, we don't really use this wine rack, so it's a bit of a redundant piece of equipment for us really. And then I moved on to cleaning the freezer. So I basically pulled out each drawer, and once I pulled out each drawer, I then put all of the items from the drawer into the washing up bowl that you can see there. And I did this in case they started to defrost. The water would run into the washing up bowl rather than on the side. Once I'd cleaned each drawer, so I just used a bit of washing up liquid to clean each drawer, and once I cleaned each drawer, I then put all of the items back into the drawer, and I put the drawer back into the freezer, and I continue to do the same for each drawer in the freezer. I'd cleaned the drawers and put them back into the freezer, I then moved on to cleaning the drawers in our island. The first thing I did was to remove everything from the drawer. Then I gave the drawer a quick hoover, and then I gave it a spray with my method spray and wiped it down, and then I put everything back. The black material that you can see me taking out and putting into this drawer is material that you normally use in an office drawer to hold things in place. I can't actually remember what it's called, but if I can find it, I will link it in the description box below for you. But I have to say that this is a godsend in these drawers. It means that everything stays in place, and when I need to find something, it's really easy to find it. So I'm really pleased I bought that material, and as I said, if I can find it, I'll link it in the description box below for you. So here I'm just cleaning out every single drawer. As you can see, I don't have the black material in the bottom drawer, and that's simply because I just hold tea towels in here and they don't need to be held in place. So yeah, so once all of these drawers were cleaned, I then moved on to cleaning out the bin. The bin at the bottom wasn't too grotty, but the lid was very grotty, I have to say. So what I did was I got some vinegar, and then I filled up a jug of water and I poured that in, and then I used some thyme essential oil and I put a few drops in the bottom of the drawer, and this was to help disinfect the bottom of the drawer. So once that was done, I then did the same with the lid. So I filled up the sink with water and I added some vinegar and a few drops of the thyme essential oil as well. And then I gave this lid a really good clean, and I have to say it really needed a clean. It does tend to get quite grotty, this lid, just with people putting food in and out the bin. Once that was done, I then moved back and I cleaned the inside of the bin, and then that is my kitchen done. And it felt so good to have such a clean bin and a clean island to walk round as well. Deep cleaned my kitchen island, and any products that I've mentioned in this video, I will link them in the description box below for you. But for now, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please feel free to leave any comments below. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you all soon.